Jumping, that boy's up to something. That boy is up to something. That something is bringing an all-skirmish army with Odrysian kingdom. Yes, bow down, bitches, to the Mad King Blade Master. Mad King, that actually has a nice ring to it. Mad King Blade. You know what? Hashtag Mad King Blade. You shall refer to me now as Mad King Blade, peasants. Why do I treat my viewers like? Never mind. This is going to be just a crazy battle. Odrysian Kingdom, all skirmish, not a single Fox unit in sight, versus a more traditional. Oh, there we go. Speaking of traditions, the Steam overlay, and a more traditional Armenian army brought by Chikivko. Let's see how well I do against it. I mean, it should be incredibly easy to beat an all-skirmish Odrysian Kingdom army, right? Well, if it was, would I really be bringing you this video? Gotta ask yourselves that. 2 Thracian horsemen, 5 Thracian noble cavalry, including the Thracian noble cav general. We have a total of 4 Thracian slingers, 2 on either flank. 3 Thracian bowmen, 2 Thracian pelters on my left flank, and 1 solitary Thracian pelters on my right flank. But my right flank is supported with 2 Thracian cavalry, one of whom is charging into the hillman right there, got a downhill charge, but the Thracian cavalry did lose a lot of men to this hillman right there. 9 kills on that hillman there. Moving up in front, Chikivko has done a good job obtaining the higher ground with all of his army, putting all of his might onto one flank. I think the best way to beat a skirmish army like this is to just... because your opponent has... The one with the skirmish army has got a lot more micro to do. So if you just pile in all of your guys and bum rush the enemy, I think that's a good idea. But then again, if you bum rush in a straight line, then it's very easy for me to pull away and me to kite. So a slightly more enveloping strategy would be a better strategy. But it's slightly harder for you to pull off. But imagine, like, it's always going to be harder for me, the kiting person, to micro all of my units, considering I don't have a solitary melee infantry unit. Here we can see some eastern slingers here brought by Chikivko. You can see 2 or 3 eastern slingers. 1, 2, 3. Let's put this in slow motion. We've got 4 Persian cav, 2 Azat knights, including an Azat knight general. We see 1 axeman, 2 axemen, 3 axemen, and about 2 or 3 hillmen who were kept as charge bait because, of course, and a 3rd Azat knight. So I've got a shit ton more skirmish options than him. Firing in with 3 Thracian bowmen onto Azat knights in the forest. They only have 70 armor, so I've definitely done at least some hit point damage here. The eastern slingers are going to trade terribly against my Thracian slingers. Thracian slingers, of course, as good as Germanic slingers because in blade balance they have incredible miss block chance. But still, as long as I'm able to use these 2 Thracian slingers against eastern slingers like this, then I should be in good position. I mean, this is a trade that I would always want to take. And he isn't really pushing, and it's letting me use my Thracian cavalry to fire into the Persian cavalry, and they are, of course, very lowly armored. But he is using his eastern slinger over here, who've already done... well, never mind, they didn't do very well or anything. Getting some good kills on Thracian cav. I move away with this Thracian cav here, and I spot his armored horse archers off in the distance. Bringing 2 armored horse archers like that cheeky bastard, and he's kept them all the way in the forest. The slinger is now moving up. They're not taking too much damage from my Thracian slingers. The Thracian slingers are much more, they need a lot of time to make their presence felt, especially when they're firing up against eastern slingers in the forest. So yeah, that's going to be an issue. So I decide to move in with the Thracian horsemen. He pulls back with his eastern slingers, which is what I want. He brings in a Persian cavalry, which is actually kind of what I want too. So I put my guys in diamond formation, charge into the Persian cav. The Thracian horsemen don't take nearly as many casualties as they would otherwise. The Persian cav now is taking concentrated fire from... Look at the arrows, holy shit. All these arrows, all these arrows and all those arrows and all those slingshots, all into the Persian cav. I'm going to waste not waste, but I'm going to sacrifice my Thracian horseman there, but his Persian cav, much more expensive, much more deadly, dying by the dozens to concentrated fire. Meanwhile, I'm using my Thracian horseman here and managed to waver / rout his eastern slinger, but he did bring his Azat knight, but again that gives me another target for my Thracian bowman to fire into. Granted, it isn't into the forest, but this is an Azat knight that was already a bit depleted. My Thracian horseman is dead, but I've managed to kill off basically this Persian cav. Well, not entirely. It's now going to charge into my Thracian slingers, which is pretty bad for me, but that's why I'm going to bring this TRC over here. This TRC is going to just crash into Hillman support and to Persian cavalry, and I should be bringing this TRC sandwich very quick. It's not really a PB&J. It's not very delicious. In fact, it's quite deadly. So downhill charge from this Thracian Royal Cav, just sandwiching and destroying that Persian Cav. But he's going to use this Azad Knight to try and charge in. But that's where I'm going to bring my my general. Actually, no, it looks like I fainted that charge. I let him charge into my Thracian bowmen and then get a flank charge on his Azad Knights. And they're dying really quickly. And now my Thracian pelters are just going to pelt the shit out of these guys. One of my Thracian bowmen down to 55 men from that shitty charge. But the Azad Knights is dead. Now he does bring his Royal Cataphracts general, actually, it's not an Azad Knights general. Royal Cataphracts to charge into already engaged TRC, so they're losing a lot of men. They've got 20 kills on TRC off of the charge. But again, just going to concentrate fire on where it matters the most. Thracian Pelters here firing into the sides of Persian cavalry. I'm pulling away one of my TRCs because everyone else is engaged there. And because he's taking these engagements piecemeal, it's allowing me the opportunity to move away with Thracian Royal Cav and then just pull them back. Over here, all I'm going to do is just keep them behind, and in case something happens I can just charge in, or if I see an opportunity like this I can charge in. It's a crappy Hillman that's protecting an Eastern Slinger that would otherwise be pretty deadly. So here two TRCs are basically dead. This one TRC is still somehow managing to stay alive, but his Royal Cataphracts general, despite getting a lot of kills off the charge, they're just getting slaughtered now. The Peltis are getting a lot of kills. Here Peltis getting even more kills, about to get a single XP chevron. And here I charge in with my Thracian Peltis without using any of their ammo, and with Frenzy on this Hillman that's trying to chase after my guys. But doing this allows me to not focus my general on killing off this Hillman, so I can actually use my general to just charge in and destroy some of these Eastern Slingers in the process. The general has recently died thanks to the focus fire of so many javelins. The Thracian cavalry actually is about to get a single XP chevron, and this Hillman is getting chased downhill, and it's medium melee infantry, while my Thracian pelters are light missile infantry. Yo, those guys mean business. They're going to fire into the backs of this Hillman and kill them off. Now, this Persian Cav charged up against my Thracian Royal Cav, got a lot of kills on the charge. My general is doing beautifully though, 47 men left and getting 54 kills on Eastern Slingers, but the other Eastern Slinger is basically dead. He's going to bring in this Persian Cav here, but it's going to charge through the forest, so that's somewhat dissipated, and it actually didn't really get a charge on my general, which is beautiful. I pop, Battle Rhythm immediately, and they are only active now, so I'm not going to use Second Wind. And I've pulled away a lot of my Thracian bowmen and a lot of my Thracian pelters and slingers, killed off that chasing Hillman, so that Thracian pelters is actually very useful there. The Thracian pelters here firing into retreating Persian Cav, getting a lot of kills on them, already got a single XP chevron. He has one Azad Knights here at 48 men, and of course he has these two really pesky armored horse archers. They do not have 20 ammo though, they only have 15 ammo, and I'm sure some of that ammo must have been used on this Thracian cavalry. So TRCs here sandwiching the Persian Cav, you know we like that. You know we all about that Armenia filling on that Odrysian kingdom sandwich though. The general is killing off the Persian cavalry. Attacked in the rear, 16 base morale actually, and they're disciplined? What? Shit, these bitches are disciplined. Persian Cav are fucking amazing. I had no idea they're disciplined too. So while the others, the Axemen are not, the Axemen are disciplined too. Fucking hell. But anyways, they're wavering. Yo, Armenia is so strong. Cannot remove kebab. But the Axemen now shattered because of just concentrated fire from so many slingers and archers. Oh man, I really should have brought some. Ooh, actually, pause. Yeah, this is gonna be juicy. It's gonna be good. Actually, I could take a proper screenshot here if I can just. I think this is a good angle. Pop K and then pop T for slow motion, and just keep spamming F12. That was kind of anticlimactic. But anyways, Axemen here getting shattered, getting destroyed by a lot of the Thracian archers. And General over there killing off an Eastern Slinger. The Azad Knights here at 48 men, it's not going to be able to do too much. I mean, look at the amount of skirmishes that I have. I mean, granted, if this was only Thracian bowmen, all of these were only Thracian bowmen, then I probably would have lost. But there are some Thracian pelters here with Frenzy, and they have 10 ammo. So they are essentially, I thought this army could possibly work because the Thracian peltasts are really key. They have amazing melee stats. Close victory for me. The Thracian peltasts here, you can see they've done really well and they were completely unharmed. No Thracian peltasts were harmed in the making of this video. The Eastern slingers, though, severely harmed. The armored horse archers decided to rout because there were so many slingers and archers with ammo that, the odds were against them basically. Azad Knights weren't able to do much. The Persian cav as well, they got decent charges. These are all good kills because they were all on very important cavalry. But as long as they engaged my cavalry and as long as I could just slaughter them with missiles, I'm a happy person. So the pure skirmish army somehow managed to work. I'll tell you the reasoning behind me picking this army though. Let me go to custom battle. Hallett's. Here is Odrysian Kingdom. The army is something like 4 Thracian peltasts, 4 Thracian slingers, 3 Thracian bowmen, and critically 3 Thracian peltasts. Now, the Thracian peltasts, 10 ammo, so they are very good in late game. 28 melee attack and 35 weapon damage with 12 charge bonus and the option of frenzy. With 55 health in late game is incredible as melee units. And they can of course chase away down shitty melee infantry that try to chase down your Thracian bowmen and Thracian slingers. And if they shouldn't chase after legionaries or whatever, but legionaries will never be able to catch your light units. And then the Thracian Royal Cav, just super sturdy cavalry. I mean, look at their stats. The only problem that they have is their poor health at 100, but they have 90 armor and 70 base morale, along with just incredible melee stats. Thracian horsemen are decent enough. They're heavy, I believe. No, they're only medium. They're not great, but it's something to make up the numbers. You can't only have like crazy expensive cav. And 2 Thracian cavalry to be those goddamn nuisances that we all know and love them to be. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind this video. If you guys can use this or something similar to an Odrysian Kingdom build, send over the replays to me. Just title it something like Odrysian Kingdom Skirmish build in Blade Balance or something like that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.